So good. Porky, a little briny from the wine, and cheese and the pepper all to bring it home. Hi, I'm Paul C. Reilly with Coperta Restaurant, and today you're going to learn how to make Bucatini alla amatriciana, classic Roman fare. It can be found in basically any Roman or Southern Italian trattoria. It just hits a comfort note that I crave. In fact, I'll even, if I'm not working at the restaurant, I'll go down there and have the kitchen make me one. It's just a real like home comfort food for me. We've diced our guanciale. We've made our amatriciana sauce. And now it's time to finish it. In Rome and in Lazio for amatriciana sauce, they choose Bucatini. Bucatini may be my all-time favorite pasta shape. Think of it as like a garden hose. It looks like spaghetti, but it's round and it's hollow in the middle. And it just has that like absolute perfect bite that makes me crave pasta every single day. So we've got our salted pasta water. And I'm gonna slide in our Bucatini. Same as before. Hey, look at that. That's the fun. I'm gonna give it a little move around to make sure it doesn't stick. Okay. So kind of, you know, again, these dishes, they're all related. They're all derivatives of each other. So kind of the same as before. I'm going to add in some olive oil before I add in my guanciale, making sure it doesn't stick. And just like the carbonara, the fat of the sauce is an absolutely essential part of amatriciana. It's really the pork fat that is like the hallmark of these dishes. Can you make them without? Sure. But to be honest with you, that's, you know, we're really going for like traditional Roman pastas here. They wouldn't think of that. With a lot of these Roman dishes in general, they use a lot of off animal cuts. Guanciale here, you'll see a lot of oxtail in Rome, a lot of liver in Rome. And the reason for that is because in ancient Rome, the only slaughterhouses in central and southern Italy were all in Rome. And they used to bring the animals from all over the country to be processed in Rome. And those odds and ends, those parts, the fifth quarter parts, all kind of made their way into the hallmark of their cuisine. These two dishes are absolutely a product of that as well. So here we are rendering our guanciale. You can see that fat that I'm getting off, essential to it. Here's the difference with the carbonara, though. We are going to add some red onion to this. This is just red onion sliced with the grain. Why with the grain? Because it won't break down as much. I'm using about a half a red onion here. And again, I'm just going to let this kind of melt into the pork fat.
Can you explain with the grain? Like, is that...
Sure. So, yes. So, think of that an onion has natural striations, natural rings. We are going alongside those. If you don't do it that way, it's fine. But really where we're getting the nice bite of sauteed onion in this, it's not going to break down as much when you cut it with the grain. If you're making French onion soup, that's an essential part of it as well. So now that my onion is starting to saute in here, I'm also going to add a little bit of chili flake to this. This is not a spicy dish, but I do like a little bit of chili in there.
Have you ever made guanciale?
We have. It came out pretty good. Again, it's not that easy to get your hands on jowls. When we had the whole animal program at Beast and Bottle, we were doing it then.
So it's more about, it's hard to get the product, it's not the process.
Like the process is simple. You season, you basically cure it and you throw it in the refrigerator for a few weeks. But no, getting your hand on the jowl, that's more of a pain in the butt. Okay, so I have my chili flake in here. My onions are starting to melt into the pork fat. I am going to add a little bit of salt. Okay? And off the heat, I'm going to add in our amatriciana sauce that we've made and let simmer. Why off the heat? Because I don't want to make a mess. Okay? So this is garlic, olive oil, tomato paste, crushed tomatoes, and red wine. I'm going to taste for some seasoning. It's great. Like I said, this dish is like, it's going to be higher acid than like your basic marinara because of all the red wine we added. And that's really like an essential part of it. I'm going to let that cook down a little bit before I add in the bucatini, which is over here, cooking away. Same thing with this. I'm looking for a bite. I can tell we're not quite there yet. Actually, believe it or not, we're there. So now I'm going to strain the pasta, but before I do that, I am going to add a little bit of pasta water. Same as we did with the carbonara, it's about a half cup. Helping us create that smooth, like real luxurious velvety sauce once we plate the pasta. Now I'm just going to drain the bucatini, add it right back into the sauce. Okay, we've drained the bucatini. We have our amatriciana sauce. I'm now going to add it into our drained bucatini. And continue to cook it. I'm going to pump up the heat a little bit. And continue to cook this back in the pot where we had the bucatini boiling.
Is that a good amount of sauce, or do you need a little more?
I need a little bit more, maybe. So you want about a quart of the sauce to coat a pound of pasta, maybe just slightly less. I'm going to let this pasta just cook in here for like a minute. And then remember our, as this is simmering, you can pump the heat up a little bit. I am going to add in black pepper into the actual sauce. Again, more than you think. That's probably about a tablespoon. And remember that lovely butter cheese that we made earlier? I'm going to add this in too. This is going to coat the noodle and season it. Once the butter melts, our amatriciana is done. Perfect. We've got a well-sauced noodle. I'm going to finish it with more black pepper and pecorino and just a little bit of parsley on top as well. Give it a little twirl. Yeah. Some of the guanciale will end up right at the bottom. I'm just going to get that right on top. Oh yeah, look at that, it's perfect. Again, we're going to finish it. More pecorino. Some black pepper. And just because we like a little bit of color in this one, just a little bit of parsley. And that's bucatini al matriciana. So good. Porky, a little briny from the wine, and cheese and the pepper all to bring it home. Best part about being the chef is what I call chef snacks. Little mini versions of everything over here. You get to eat before everybody else does. Where's that fork at? Oh, yay.